Lights out! Now you want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts.
Well, hello, children. Oh, it's working. It's working. Hello, children. What's happening, everybody? I thought the mic wasn't working for a little bit there, but hey, that was my bad. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee live on your end of Monday, January 23rd. How many more days do we got until we get the first wave of the DC universe? What's going on, James Gunn and Peter Safran? What are you doing to us? Hey, guys. Hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, of course. Do all that. Please do. So, all right, guys. So, it's just good stuff. So good to see you guys. Of course, I got my Monday wine as I do. So cheers, guys. Good things. Good things. All right. Who's out there? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? All right. We got Mr. DC Patriot here. Hey, well, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Heyo, what's going on, Miss Jackson? Good to see you. We got Nate Smith right here. 7 days left to the... I know, right? That's what I was just talking about. Tet, what is going on? Always good to see you. All right. We got Miss Nighthawk. Steph, how's it going? Happy Monday and such. Yeah, I know. I mean, my Monday wasn't as crazy, but, you know. Yeah, I know. All right, Fear Jason, how's it going, buddy? How is it going? All right, who else we got? We got Greg right here. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah, I like that reference. It's a funny reference. We like that. Okay, then we got Eric right here. Okay, so exactly what got Gunn's hair so white so quickly? I've been curious since, I know, I've also been curious. The pandemic? Maybe it like scared him, and then more, maybe he was worried about the tweets. Sorry. Come on, I had to make that joke. But yeah, I've kind of wondered that too. Maybe he's been dyeing it for a while, and then, you know, his new wife was like, no, just let it ride. Look like Slade right there. And she is correct right here. It has been windy as all kinds of hell today. It's been crazy. It's been since last night. It's, yeah, just been nuts. It's nuts. That's why my hair looks like the way it is. That's all I had to do to style my hair today, was just stand outside and go, you know, just take in the wind. And it just did it for me. Eric Patterson, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. We got Simon. Here we go. Been waiting. All right, cool. Good to see you. All right. We got Niner for life. Man, I am so rooting for the Niners to do the whole thing, man. I am rooting for Purdy. I'm rooting for Purdy. Man, it's good stuff. I like it. All right. Then we got, of course, Mr. J.D. McRae right here. Always good to see you. All right. Let's see what else. Who else is out there? We got Saggy right here. Finally, someone is streaming, right? And now, well, you know, we got to do that. All right. So who else we got? Oh yeah, Stephanie T was here too. Oh, there's the first. There. I was like trying to find your first comment right there. We got Ernest right here. Being Ernest. Boo. Okay. Well. Yeah, you got to beat the Eagles. That's for damn sure. So, yeah, got to make sure you got to beat the Eagles. So, anyways, guys, like I said, thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully, you guys had a good weekend and everything. Again, like I said, you know, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that. Share it too. Hey, Mr. Russ Barnes is here. Oh, boy. Careful. Tread. You know, softly. What do they say? Lightly? Tread lightly. Russ, okay? Jesus Christ. Come on. I like Russ. Russ is good, but of course he ends up getting, put in timeout because of things he says. You know, Eric, make sure, let's there's been times where you've got a little trigger happy when it comes to the timeout button. So, let's not go too crazy with that. But hopefully you guys had a good weekend. A lot of football playoff football that was happening this weekend. Congratulations to what? We got the, I'm surprised the Bills didn't win, but congratulations to the Bengals. Congratulations to the Niners, to the Chiefs. And what the hell was the other game? I'm like, oh yeah, the Eagles. That's right. Yeah. One of my really good friends. Yeah. Sadly, the Giants, the New York Giants, not going to be moving on. But yeah, we got more playoff football that's going to be happening next week. And then, of course, we got the Super Bowl that's happening. So anyways, all right. So let's get into it. Let's get to those tweets. Let's see what's been happening in the world. But of course, naturally, let's see. Let me make sure I got everything. But of course, naturally right here, I'm going to tell you guys about, of course, moviepalette.com because, hey, I'm collaborating with them. I still am. And, of course, they got Valentine's Day specials. And if you want to know what moviepalette.com is, well, you can get you get the color palette of your favorite movie on a canvas. I got mine right up there of The Matrix. And one of these days, I will have a full wall of these. But they are working with me. And if you want to use discount code Junkee15, all one word. It's all provided down below. You can get an extra 15% off. Get your favorite movie, the color palette. It looks delicious. Like I always say, it looks like a delicious candy bar. And but don't lick it. It tastes like canvas. I'm just saying. It doesn't taste as good as it should. But hey, what can you do? Anyways, all right, to the tweets. So, of course, we got Batman vs. Superman by the minute, BVS by the minute, of course, with Mr. Colbert and Mr. Dice. They released a new episode, The Birth of Cyborg, so they talked about that, broke down that minute. So make sure you guys are caught up on BVS by the minute, or Snyder Minute. And if you guys are wondering when the first reactions for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, are supposed to be dropping on February 6th at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, yeah, I guess we'll be talking about that on, one of the things because, let's face it, it's pretty crazy that Ant-Man is starting off the Kang Dynasty, and we're going to talk about something else that's later on right here. So, keep on going. We don't have to talk about everything. Oh, yeah, look at this. Did you guys see this? This happened. So, apparently, prosecutors to charge Alec Baldwin with involuntary manslaughter in the fatal shooting of the cinematographer on the set of Rust. That's right. So I'm not sure what's going to be happening with this. Obviously, when it comes to when all this was happening, I was just kind of going, holy crap. I didn't think he was going to get charged with that. But, involuntary manslaughter, it's kind of one of those things. He could see some behind the bars time. I don't know. But then again, he is a Hollywood actor that is got millions and millions of dollars. I don't know if something's going to end up happening where he gets off. But yeah, this whole thing, it's just been crazy because, let's face it. If the evidence is there, the evidence is there. So we'll see what happens with that. But holy crap. Just crazy. What's going on, Mr. Everts? Good to see ya. Just like I like to see this art right here from Bill Sienkiewicz. I can never say his last name, but look at that Batman art right there. Beautiful. Love me some Batman art. And hey, it's finally happening. After how many freaking years? How long has this sequel been in limbo? For God's sakes, guys. My God. But Tron Ares is in the works at Disney with Jared Leto to set the star, and that's a name right there. I'm gonna say Hokum Ronning to direct. Yeah, this has been out there. Obviously we know about Mr. Krasinski, who of course did Top Gun Maverick and nailed it, and it's not going to be directing this sequel like he did Tron Legacy. But hey, this one just seems like it was. How long has this been in pre-production or development limbo? My God, I still remember them talking about it years and years ago, and Jared Leto was always attached. But come on. It's Tron. It's got a cult following. I watched the original one a couple of months ago. Forgot how freaking awesome that movie is. I have to watch Tron Legacy again, though. I will say I do have to watch that again. So, And, of course, we'll be talking about all that. And man, David Ayer. What's going on with David Ayer, guys? Huh? Somebody tell me what's going on with David Ayer, huh? He's it's a little suspicious here, but let's go through some of these tweets, because he tweets cool stuff like this when it comes to photography, black and white. He's a little bit, somewhat like when it comes to Zack Snyder right here, but he's also been tweeting a lot of things about the Ayer cut, okay? We're not giving up on the Ayer cut just yet. I mean, obviously when it comes to James Gunn and everything that's going on with Warner Brothers Discovery, yeah, we might have just, the wind has been not, just left the sails, and who knows what's going to be going on with that. But he's been tweeting all kinds of stuff, in between some of this stuff. And one of the first things that he said when we had a couple of people saying that it's never going to happen, he goes, "Why not? Why not? Why not?" And then he continued by tweeting some stuff like right here. He says, when somebody says, "I'm sorry, anything that wasn't included in the theatrical version is an afterthought, and it's called a director's cut. When they add scenes to a movie, it wasn't because it was too dark and scary for toddlers." And then David Ayer said right here, he said, "Normally, you're absolutely right. This is an extraordinary case of a movie being utterly re-engineered." Whoa! David Ayer saying re-engineered in post. It's not a couple cut scenes being added. The nature of the film was fundamentally changed. I'm looking you in the eye telling you this. My cut is vastly better. We all know that. I mean, obviously, his cut's going to be absolutely better. I mean, regardless how you feel about the theatrical or the studio squad, as a lot of people call it. But we all know that it's going to be better, just like the Snyder cut was better. And then he talked about, again, is this the same guy he's responding to? Same guy. So same guy goes, "Look, I loved some of your movies a lot. Bright and Fury. Great movies. They are great movies. I think Fury, but then, what is it called? Last Watch. What's the one with Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena, which I'm still trying to prove that we're related somehow. What's it called? Jesus Christ. Something Watch? Yeah, whatever. But anyways, that's also a good one too. But I will look you in the eyes and tell you the same thing. You can add footage all you want. It's still called a director's cut. And nothing you can add will make it vastly different, make it a vastly different movie than what we got. So it's not Night Watch. End of watch. Thank you. End of watch. There you go. That movie will rip your guts out for sure. Anyways, so David Ayer just doing all that, and then that was pretty much it. So he was kind of just like doing some things. I got a lot of people sending over his tweets to me, and they were like, "What's going on? Is something's happening?" And I'm like, "I don't know, guys. I don't know. Obviously, like we talked about it last year at the end, like in November, he was pitching the Ayer cut to Warner Brothers Discovery, and obviously there's still money that has to be invested into it to finish it. Deja vu, pretty much, when it came to the Snyder cut, when people were like, it's finished, and I was like, no, it's not, guys. Guess what? It's not. I know. I get what Snyder said at SnyderCon. But I'm just telling you that, yes, he has a finished cut, but the VFX and certain things. And then turned out, yes, he ended up getting not 30 to 40 million. Like I said, he got 70 million, which was great because he got that added scene, that nightmare scene. Always great. So hopefully, still hope for the Ayer cut, guys. Still hope. Hope, please. Hopefully there'll still be hope. Please let there be hope, because, I mean, that's just something right there. And hopefully, we'll get it. That's what I said. Okay. Anyways, should have turned that on. All right, here we go. Sorry. Just making sure I got all my stuff here. And then, of course, we got Regal Cinemas plans to shut down 39 more theaters in the U.S. due to bankruptcy, because, it's going to continue to happen. As much as James Cameron and, some of these movies are saving the box office, guess what? We're still going to have closures when it comes to these movie theaters right here. Hey, Mama Film Junkie's here. How's it going, Mom? Good to see you. And then, of course, we lost another legend. My God, 2023. But, I mean, he lived a pretty full life, I will say that. 81 years old. But, yeah. Mr. David Crosby, cheers to him. May he rest in peace. But man, I just tell you what, it just seems like every week I'm starting off the week with Film Junkee Live, raising a glass to a legend that has passed away. My God. But yes, David Crosby, may he rest in peace. And thank you for everything that he's given us. Everything. Just good stuff. The Birds and Crosby. Steels and Nash. So thank you, sir. Tet. Hey, thank you for being a member for 3 months. I still miss the Batman 66. Yeah, I'll get that back one of these days, but I know I was having like a volume issue when it came to all that, so. Here we have Paul Verhoeven, he's filming, of course, Starship Troopers, which I love Starship Troopers. Just a great sci-fi action flick that has bad acting and bad VFX. I love it. I do. The first trailer for Invincible Season 2 is coming out. It said tomorrow, but this was on January 19th. We didn't get it. So, yeah, not happening. But we did get a trailer for Batman: The Doom That Came to Gotham. Yes. You know what? Anything Batman for me, I'm all about. So, we got a new Batman animated adventure that's happening. It's coming out on March 28th. So, obviously, it's based on books that's been out there. So, definitely going to be watching this because it's Batman, for God's sakes. All right, Ted, thank you for the $2 super chat. You're awesome. We only want it back if it's twice as loud, right? You want me to, blow some eardrums out? Is that what's going on? Rami Malek to star as Buster Keaton in a new TV series from Matt Reeves. So not only is Matt Reeves trying to still continue the Batverse, he's also developing a series, a mini-series, a TV series, mini-TV series that, that Rami Malek's going to be playing Matt Reeves. So, yes. And then, yes, finally, guys, I watched The Banshees of Inisherin. A lot of people kept on saying, you gotta watch it. And I finally watched it on Thursday as opposed to going and seeing a new movie. I sat down on my couch, which I don't do often, and I watched it, and it was fantastic. Colin Farrell and, Mr. Gleason. I always forget his first name, but they did a phenomenal job. Small story. It's in Ireland. It's got good cinematography. It's great. But it's all about good, normal chatting. Good, normal chatting over some brews. Come on. Over a pint. Come on. It's just good stuff. It was a good movie. Good dialogue. Good just performances. All that stuff. Really enjoyed it. And I get what all the fuss is, all of that. Brendan. Is that what it is? Brendan Gleeson. Thank you. Because I know he has his son, Donald Gleason or whatever, who's been in a lot of things too. 15 years ago, the Breaking Bad premiered on AMC. Crazy. And apparently there's going to be a Breaking Bad Super Bowl ad, so look forward to that. It's always funny because obviously when it came to Better Call Saul, it's like Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul are like, this is the last time they're going to play, they're going to play Walter and Jesse, and then all of a sudden they're going to be doing a freaking Super Bowl commercial that with them. It's like, now they're going to be playing those characters again and again. There's always going to be different iterations for different things. But I love it because that is one of the best series ever made. Just saying. Okay. And then, yes, guys, when it comes to all the discourse that's happening in the Snyder community, the fandom and everything like that, I always tell people to listen to these couple of gentlemen right here and some of the other guys as well, because, you got, obviously we're going to be talking about the whole Jason Momoa situation, and obviously, there's an account that is really pushing for the Batfleck movie, which, yeah, I'm totally with that. I would love the Batfleck movie, but, it's basically just the whole thing about calling Jason Momoa a traitor. But I'm just saying, listen to these guys right here. You got Mr. Mick right here. He's been on the Vodka stream because these guys are very, very close to Zach. And he said, Zach would be happy for Jason. He's not spending every waking moment pining about working for DC again or hating on his friends who do. He's not, and I can actually verify talking to the man himself. But, fans will be fans, and fan accounts will be fan accounts. That fan account is not like me, for sure, and brought back the whole 40 Club name because, hey, why not? And Cobra Kai will return for a 6th and final season. We were wondering when this was going to end, and obviously they kept on pushing it and pushing it, pushing it, and I kept going exactly how far it's going to go, and of course they released like a little teaser. But yeah, Cobra Kai returning to Netflix for a 6th and final season. Should be interesting. And then Venom 3, who's excited for Venom 3, reportedly is going to start filming in June of this year, so... yeah, that's going to be going. Hopefully, you know, I mean, the Venom movies, I've been kind of about them, but I think what drives it, I love Tom Hardy. He's one of my favorite actors, and he's the one that's really driving the movie. But I do accept it how it is, so hopefully. But I always hope that it's going to be a little bit better when I just want to watch a Venom movie, and I don't go, Jesus Christ, Sony, who brought out the freaking scissors on this one? Jeez, how much you cut out? Huh? Amy Pascal, what's going on? You're cutting out good scenes with Tom Hardy? Okay. Academy Award. Did he win an Academy Award? Maybe not yet, but he's a great actor. Come on. I had fun making this thumbnail. Obviously, I talked about how Hugh Jackman, he said he's going to get even bigger than ever before, so I had fun just making up that one right there. So yeah, that's my goal. That's my goal. I'm gonna look like this, guys. I'm gonna look like this by the end of the year. I'm just saying. So, all right, and then we got Captain America 4 has reportedly cast actress. I'm gonna say Zoja. Is it Zoja? Rocamore. You know, I'm bad with names, so I apologize for mispronouncing, but we got somebody added to Captain America, of course, four. And then even, like I said, how do you know this? I mean, somebody was actually saying this. Another David Ayer tweet right here. Look, I love some of your, that was the same one. We already looked at this one. Okay, never mind. Sorry, false alarm. We already looked at that one. But I'm just saying, like, I was just loving that David Ayer was just doing all that. And then we had even Jay Oliva even commented about this too. He said, I know for a fact that David's movie was changed than what was originally intended by the director. Footage was not added but removed and replaced by the studio. Reshoots. You gotta love reshoots. Uh-oh. Fear Jason's on something. He's on something anyways. Okay, continuing on. And then we all saw this, right? We got Hugh Jackman right here posting something from Boss Logic showing the actual headgear for Wolverine. Uh-oh. We are going to see that costume. There is no way that they do this movie without having him in that costume. I think that's what Hugh Jackman is kind of just, insinuating right here is the fact that, yes, you are going to see that legit Wolverine costume. It's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. So, okay, we got some art right here from Hamad Ansari. Awesome Batman art right here. Gotta love that. I like the cow. I mean, this looks very Batfleck. It looks very Batfleck. I'm not gonna lie. In the snow. Hey, look at this. Hey, who's a Sandlot fan? Sandlot fans out there? Squints and Wendy Peppercorn. Look at that. They reunited and it feels so good. And of course, Squints, the actor who plays Squints, he owns weed that is called Squints. It's perfect. Perfect. Look at that. Look at his shirt. He's got Squints weed. He's a pothead. Look at the tattoos. He's got a freaking Dodgers tattoo, of course. That's just hilarious. I saw this and I'm like, that's pretty awesome. 30 years, Squints, oiling, lotioning. I can't take it anymore. But yeah, there you go right there. Sandlot fans, that's what they look like right there. It's great. Yeah, it's great. Okay, what else we got? Cool little Batman, the animated series GIF right there. I love that. Look at that. That's just perfect. Perfect. Oh, we got some Brendan Fraser stuff that's happening. We got some more Batman art right here from Brad O. Art. Look at that. That's pretty sweet. Look at that utility belt. Thing's hefty. Hefty. We looking okay here, guys? Squints looks like so much like he looks like me. Oh, thanks. Squints, yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's the glasses, right? I got the black rim glasses. That's all you're going by. I see how it is. Boss Logic right here with another Oppenheimer poster, which looks pretty cool. You got a little mushroom cloud thing that's happening, like the atoms, little rings right there, and you got his face in the silhouette. Pretty damn awesome. Christopher Nolan, what are you doing? Jeremy Renner, guys. Jeremy Renner, this poor SOB. He is home. He is home. We already talked about that last week, but he said, I want to thank everyone for their messages and thoughtfulness. Much love and appreciation to you all. These 30-plus broken bones will mend. Ouch! 30 bones. 30-plus. So, my God, 30-plus bones that he got will mend, grow stronger, just like the love and bond with family and friends deepens. So, feeling the love right there. And, of course, he's looking, obviously getting them worked out. Man, I'll tell you what, you could tell, like, the little atrophy in the muscles right there, too. His legs looking pretty skinny. Got some bandages right there. Some people are wondering if he lost anything. Was there any kind of amputation that happened? But he didn't mention that. But, yeah, there he is right there at home getting worked on. But, my God, man. So hopefully a speedy recovery for Mr. Renner right there. But yeah, so we tweeted that out over the weekend. Pretty damn crazy. Pretty damn crazy. Holy crap. Eesh, 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 eesh. Anyway, so okay. And then Robert Pattinson giving us some, teasing a little bit of Mickey 17. He says right here, it's like nothing I've done before. The movie is so crazy. It's completely different style of working. Obviously, we know Mr. Bong Joon-ho's new sci-fi movie that's going to be starring Mr. Robert Pattinson. We got a little tease, of course. I should say Academy Award winner Bong Joon-ho right here. And we got a little tease of something, obviously, when it has to do. It's a sci-fi movie right there, so cannot wait for that. That's going to be something pretty damn amazing right here. We got Ryan Reynolds saying right here, talking about giving praise to Michael J. Fox, because Michael J. Fox has got a new documentary that's coming out that I want to watch for sure. But Ryan Reynolds right here said, I lost my dad to Parkinson's. So besides Michael J. Fox being a friend, role model, generational talent, and Canadian, I cannot wait to see Still on Apple Plus. It'll soon reside on the on Michael J. Fox anthology DVD shelf in my heart. By the way, The Frighteners is criminally underrated. I agree with that. If you haven't watched The Frighteners, I need to rewatch it. I haven't watched it in forever, but great movie. Absolutely great movie. You haven't seen that movie from Michael J. Fox? Was it a Zemeckis? Was it a Zemeckis? Does Zemeckis make that movie? I'm like drawing like a little blank on that. Somebody fact check me on that. So, let's see. Just BS. Hey, look at this. Brendan Fraser, he's such a treat. We love Brendan Fraser, and we love the Brendan Fraser renaissance that's happening. Apparently, he surprised fans that were watching a double feature of The Mummy 1 and 2. And this is what he had to say right here when he showed up.
Is there anyone who has not? Outstanding! The guy gets the girl. Rachel Weisz, John Hannah, Earl Vosloo, Red Fair. Enjoy them all. I won't take any more of your time. Have a great night. If you get a chance, check out The Whale on February 12th.
Still gotta see The Whale. Still gotta see The Whale.
Powder clean.
So there you go. Brendan Fraser being awesome. Still got to see The Whale. I know it's coming out on streaming, or it already is. I don't know, but I know it's like in theaters, and it's actually in the theater that's over here. But yeah, I'll wait. I'll watch it at home. For sure. All the Lobo talk. Look at this right here. Whoa. Frightening. Look at that Lobo statue right there. Good God. I like his knee pads that are just like skulls, and they, almost look Captain America like. Pretty cool. And look at his, okay, I'm actually asking you guys to look at his crotch. Look at his crotch. Look at the crotch. He's got Batman on his little codpiece right there. That's pretty freaking awesome. My God. I don't know if it's actually a statue. This could just be AI art or whatever the hell, but I'd want it to be a statue. That's pretty insane right there. That's pretty insane. Yeah. So, and then let's not forget these beautiful shots right here of Batfleck, Nightmare, Batman right here that Zack Snyder shot. The additional photography that he did, doing these shots right here, which were absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Look at the Batmobile right there. What the hell? How does Zack, he just knows how to shoot. My God. He just knows how to shoot these shots, man. Hey, have you guys been seeing these new commercials, these new progressive commercials called TV Dad? And they have Reginald, I can never say his last name, Will Johnson, of course, Carl Winslow from Family Matters. I love him. Every time I see it, I'm like, yes, because he is my TV dad. I mean, I said it before, my top 4 TV dads were, of course, Carl Winslow. We got, of course, Uncle Phil, Bob Saget, obviously both of them have passed away. And then, of course, we have Russ. I can't remember his name, but Boy Meets World, the Boy Meets World dad, which I'm like, damn, totally drawing a blank. But Carl Winslow, come on. He's all of our TV dads. If you grew up in the 90s, come on. That's my TV dad right there. But I love the new commercials right there. Hopefully, you guys check out the stream with Saggy that I did on Saturday, Getting to Know Me. And so you can hear me just talk about myself for a little bit. So thank you for having me, Saggy. That was fun. So it's just like about an hour stream. And, you get a little backstory for Film Junkee right there. So, and then, of course, we have on set of Batman right here. Look at that. Remember this scene right here where he lifts up Jack Napier right here? And, I mean, obviously you can see the behind the scenes right here. He had to step on, of course, a little ramp thingy or a little whatever, He had to step on the thing that Vin Diesel has to step on to look Dwayne Johnson in the eyes. But, yeah, pretty cool shot right there. So that's cool. We got all that. Speaking of Batman 89, come on, Bat Dance, motherfucker. Look at that. Look at Prince right there on his roller skates. Eat your heart out, ladies. What the hell? I don't know exactly what he's wearing, but it's Prince. So Bat Dance. That's right. Gotta love that. Gotta love that, and gotta love the side profiles from all the Batman right there. It's pretty good. And then we got, hey, Dwayne Johnson right here. We got Dwayne Johnson posting J.K. Simmons, Santa Claus. You know what? I mean, Dwayne Johnson just looks like Dwayne Johnson, of course. But, if you're going to have J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus, guess what? I'm all about it. I'm all about it right here. I'm really all about it. Yes. So, looking forward to that. I am looking forward to that. We got some Dark Knight posters right here of Batman and Joker. It's pretty cool. That Boris Peckler design, so good on him. We got Matt Reeves praising Colin Farrell, of course, for Penguin right there. Nothing too crazy. And then, of course, we have this right here. So, I was talking about this in a group chat where it was kind of funny because, I'm looking forward to Ant-Man 3 or Ant-Man, and the Wasp and Quantumania. I think it's a long title. Can we just call it Ant-Man and the Quantumania? I mean, I know they were trying to do the whole thing where it's like, oh, we got to we got to put the Wasp in there and everything. So I'm like, okay, fine. But I didn't like Ant-Man and the Wasp that much. I mean, I love Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's great. But I think they realized that Ant-Man and the Wasp didn't really fare too well, didn't get a lot of, didn't get good reception, didn't get a positive reception. So they were going like, all right, well, obviously when it comes to the quantum realm, this is where we can hide Kang. And apparently when it comes to pre-tickets tales, when it comes to box office, Ant-Man is going to be Ant-Man 3 or Quantumania is on pace to be the largest one of the franchise. It's like, well, no shit. I mean, we kind of knew this was going to be the case because it's introducing Kang, the Kang dynasty. Naturally, that's what's going to be happening right there. So, yeah. We all know that was going to be the case, but yeah, it's like it's getting to the point where I think I read that it's actually going to hopefully do better numbers than Thor: Love and Thunder, which I would absolutely love because I hated that movie. But yeah, I mean that's the thing when it comes to the Ant-Man character, I liked the first Ant-Man a lot. Paul Rudd, one of my favorite actors. I mean, one of my favorites, just presence. Anytime he's on something, I want to watch it. He's great. He's funny. He's absolutely hilarious. So I always root for Paul Rudd, and I'm glad I'm actually glad that the third Ant-Man might be pretty big. I'm good on that. I mean, I know some people are like over the whole Ant-Man thing, but I'm very much curious when it comes to that. But yeah, hopefully it actually does better than what Thor: Love and Thunder did, and I think it will. And I think because people are excited to see the new big baddie, which we already got introduced to, of course, in Loki, when it comes to Kang and Jonathan Majors, which I think he's going to be a beast. If you've seen what he looks like without a shirt on, my God. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I am, We'll see. Hopefully I walk out and that was good. Hopefully. All right. Hey, I watched this movie last night. I did not mean to watch this movie last night. I was actually planning on falling asleep on my couch. Like, oh, okay, I was getting tired, and let me just put on a, random sci-fi movie on Netflix. And I decided to put Junkee, Jung_E. It's a Korean film. I decided to put it on. It just came out, and I ended up watching the whole thing because not a bad damn freaking sci-fi movie. I'm just saying. Don't sleep on this. Watch it. I mean, it's dubbed and everything like that. There's some really shoddy GFX shots, sure. Like some of it looks like PS1, effects. Yeah, if you can get past all that, there's some really good VFX. There's some really bad ones. But I really enjoyed this movie. Not gonna lie. So just kind of plugging it a little bit because I was like about ready to just be like, all right, calling it a night. But this movie actually grabbed me. So there you go. Watch it. Check it out. And then apparently M&M's, I don't know what's going on with M&M's. This is most likely leading into a Super Bowl spot. But, there's been some controversy when it comes to M&M's because, obviously gender is always an issue. Politically, everybody's just like, you can't say this, you can't, misgender, do all that, whatever the hell. And it got to the point where even like we were talking about M&M's and just what they look like. And apparently when it came to, doing all that, it got very polarizing. So they were just like, we're going to end the whole thing when it comes to that. And apparently they have a new spokesperson, which is Maya Rudolph. I like Maya Rudolph a lot. I've liked her since the Saturday Night Live times, that she was on there. She was part of the cast. Like late 90s, early 2000s. But apparently they're doing something like right here. I know there was again, there's always this controversies, but it seems like they're trying to lead into a Super Bowl commercial, I'm guessing. I don't know. My whole thing is don't eat M&Ms a lot, guys. It's not good for you. That's all I got to say about it. And I'm like, when people were going back and forth on this, I'm like, why are we even considering this? Don't eat M&Ms a lot. Every now and again, fine. Obviously, give yourself a treat, but they're not good for you. They're not. I don't care what. I know there was like a list that came out that said almond M&Ms are healthier than eggs and steak. And I went, wow, that's hilarious. But hey, there's something weird that happens when it comes to all that and health of this country and whatever the hell. I like M&Ms every now and again, but I'm only going to have them every now and again. All I could say right here, I mean, I'm not saying ban M&Ms. I'm just saying, hey, relax on the M&Ms at least because they're not good for you. They're tasty, but it's a lot of sugar. Not good for you. I'm just going to put that out there. All right, I endorse that message. And I endorse this art right here from Art by Winnie. This is a pretty cool Batman art right there, holding a Batarang. Got some blood right there. I like it. I absolutely like it. And you guys see this? So from director Ben Affleck, talking about Ben Affleck right here, we have the movie called Air, which of course is about is about the Jordans, creating the Michael Jordan shoes right here. We got Ben Affleck. Matt Damon is starring, of course, in it. And Ben Affleck's also starring in it. The revolutionary story that changed culture forever, inspired by true events, debuts exclusively in theaters April 5th. And it's brought to you by Amazon Studios. And I actually was at this. There it is. That's what they look like. Ben Affleck rocking like this crazy curly wig right there. So if you wanted to see what Ben Affleck and Matt Damon look like in this movie, that's what they look like. That's a set photo right there. I hope everything's going well. I'm sure there's some struggles. From what I heard, maybe there was a little bit of struggles because obviously you got Ben Affleck and Matt Damon and their new production company that they're trying to get off the ground and everything. But yeah, apparently it's going to be hitting theaters April 5th. I'll be watching. Look at that cast right there. You got Viola Davis, Chris Messina, Marlon Wayans, Chris Tucker, and Jason freaking Bateman. Good cast. So hopefully it'll be something pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to this movie right here. The new movie from director Ben Affleck. Hopefully he's doing okay. And then we got a new trailer for Harley Quinn. That's right. What is it, season 3 now? So obviously the trailer looks great, looks funny, looks hilarious. Glad that HBO Max is keeping it. Is it season 3 or season 4? I can't remember. Anyways. Okay, and then there's all that. And then did you guys see this? I didn't know this. This is awesome right here. Now, I mean, what's not awesome is the account that is tweeting this out, because I call them it's that poopy channel, because they post a lot of nonsense. They like to stir up the Snyder fandom because they know that people in the Snyder fandom will go crazy about it. But they posted this right here, and it's pretty damn awesome. This is like animation nightmare Batmobile action that's happening right here. Oh, stop it.
I'm going to enter Darkside Fortress, so there is a high chance I won't return. This is a suicide mission to change the past and the future. We are in the final battle, Justice League.
I don't know why it's skipping like that, sorry. But it seems like my video is not working good, but it's really good stuff. And then, of course, naturally, they didn't put like the source. They didn't put the source of the video. And I went, oh, okay. So I reached out and I said, who the hell did that? Because obviously they don't like to put out sources. They just put out stuff and be like, hey, they're trying to build up, obviously, followers and whatnot. But this is from Mr. Vega Official right here. As you could see, he actually helped do the animation for Project Justice League. So he has a bunch. Check out his Instagram. Check out everything that he's done. He's done some crazy, cool little animation right here. Just really good stuff. I mean, look at this right here. I don't know what's going on with my... Come on. There you go. He's done a lot of great stuff. when it comes to this. And this is what I love. I keep on saying it over and over again. If we're not going to get anything further when it comes to the Snyderverse, at least we can get some awesome freaking artists that are making things like this, And then Zack Snyder, of course, appreciates the absolute shit out of this, because it's like, people continuing his work. Look at this shot right here. You got Superman, Darkseid in the scout ship. I mean, and what the hell? Hey, look at that. That is freaking awesome right there. This guy does amazing work. Absolutely amazing work. Just really cool stuff right there. So check out his library. He's even got the Flash, Nightmare Flash looking like that. Look at that. Showing a scene right there. You got Darkseid. Man, just really doing some great stuff. That's what I love about now. It's like people can create this stuff. If the things aren't going to align where we're going to get more of all that, at least we can get this stuff from artists and everything. That's what it's all about. Queen Studio, of course, showing off their look at this. Good God, man. I think this thing is like $4,000, so if anybody wants to go in on it. But yeah, you got the bust for Henry Cavill Superman. Look at the detail on that. You got a little bit of cape action happening. You got all this stuff. Look at that. I love how it's sitting upon. Look at that. It's got the baby inside. It's just crazy. What the hell? This thing's insane. And they got, of course, the black suit version. And I'm like, Scott gonna get this? Mr. Scott McClellan, you out there? Look at this thing. This thing's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. That's creepy. That's absolutely creepy, but it's cool. The details. And then, of course, you got that. This is just crazy. I know, right? Where is Scott? My God. Just a freaking amazing, man. Just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. We got Mr. Esposito, Giancarlo Esposito's joining Megalopolis, I should say. So obviously we know the controversy that was happening right there. We heard rumors. I talked about them on Film Junkee Live a couple of weeks ago. And then, of course, Adam Driver and Mr. Francis Ford Coppola came out and said, the rumors were BS about all the controversy that's happened behind the scenes. But, yeah, so he's also a part of it right there. We got Kevin Feige talking about there's 80 years of the most interesting, emotional, groundbreaking stories that have been told in Marvel Comics. When talking about, of course, the superhero fatigue. I mean, obviously, when it comes to certain things in the MCU, yes, there's going to be a little fatigue, because when some things just feel like, the Marvel formula, people are going to feel fatigued. But I do appreciate that he did some things like this, obviously when it came to the werewolf movie, and other little things too, and trying new things. And I hope they continue to try new things. But when it comes to the superhero genre, yes, there could be a little bit of fatigue that's happening, and it definitely is happening when you look at the box office numbers. But, Kevin Feige talking about that. It's like, try to break the formula a little bit. And they have, for the most part. Obviously, they're always going to have the Marvel fanboys and girls that are just going to love everything that they bring out. I'm not one of those. I don't love everything they put out. But there's certain things that are gems. Moon Knight, I really enjoyed. Miss Marvel, I really enjoyed. How about that? It's just stuff like that. I loved Sam Raimi's Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange. Loved that because it was a little bit different. But then you have, Ant-Man, of course, and hopefully that'll be a little bit different. But, when it comes to all these posters from Ant-Man 1 to the third Ant-Man, the biggest thing that I notice is Hope's hair. I mean, my God, she had that businesswoman like dome haircut that also, what's her name? Bryce Dallas Howard rocked in the first Jurassic World. She had that, and then she had long hair in Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I was like, cool. And then all of a sudden, it's like they cut it short. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, why do they keep changing her hair? Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas, they have the same hair. Why do they have to keep on changing Hope's haircut? And it's like, stop it. Why'd you have to make her haircut almost look like Paul Rudd's haircut? What's going on there? Stop it. Stop it with all that. I thought the long hair was cool, but maybe that was her choice. Who knows? Who knows? And then last night on the 49ers and Cowboys game, somebody actually had this right here. Because apparently their kicker was like, at the previous weekend, he was missing his field goals, so that somebody had a Ray Finkel. Somebody had a Ray Finkel like a sign right there, which was great. Absolutely great. And then Violent Night 2 is in the works, so we'll get more of that. Let's let them fight. Look at these eyebrows. Look at these two. Look at these freaking eyebrows. You got Colin Farrell and then, of course, Mr. Emilia Clarke. They have some freaking serious eyebrows that are happening right there. My God. Those are some freaking eyebrows. All right. There's the tweet. Sorry that it took longer than I was hoping it would take, but there was a lot of things that happened over the weekend, so good times. Good freaking times. All right. All right, let's get to the main topic right now, and let's talk about James. We're talking about James Gunn as we do a lot, and we are now what? It's January 23rd. We are like what? A little more than a week. We're like 8 days away from the end of the month. So when is that first wave of the DC Universe slate going to be unveiled? Castings and whatever, but. Obviously, he tweeted this over the weekend, and a lot of people are like, holy crap, what is going on with this? So here's the tweet right here. We have hundreds of roles to cast. As I've always done, some will be brand new faces, some will be actors I've worked with before, and some will be actors who I've never worked with. What matters most is the actor fits the role and they're easy to work with. I would say every director would want that, but one of the things that a lot of people are like, holy crap, hundreds of roles, what? I'm like, yeah, that's all the way down to like passenger number 3 in a cab, guys. Let's relax. Let's relax, because a lot of people are like, geez, how many roles are they casting for these heroes and stuff like that? It's like, no, it's like literally just like you have to cast like all the way down to extras and everything. So I think that's what he was saying. And then, of course, you know, obviously there was people, you know, like some people that are just, again, if you hate James Gunn, you're going to take this and you're going to be like, well, this is a slap in the face to people that have already, you know, have roles and already have work and everything like that. So they're naturally going to go that way. And then, of course, if you're positive, you're like, wow, I can't wait. There's going to be hundreds of superheroes. It's like, no, not exactly that. So it's just kind of funny when you see the reactions to this, because a lot of, you know, some people were just taking offensive because what? People, fans actually take offense on what James Gunn actually is tweeting about the universe, the new universe that he's taking. You know, I'm shocked. But, you know, that's just the way that's just what happens. But yeah, when he says hundreds of roles, I mean, obviously he's talking about just, you know, you have to fill in all these roles. He's not talking about necessarily superheroes or, you know, characters within those superhero universes. But I do like to, you know, but seriously, it's like, seriously, we're just like, what are we going to get first? I mean, obviously, when it comes to Superman, what Superman role is going to be cast, you know, who's going to be cast as Superman? Everybody's just kind of like, you know, obviously there's people out there. I know Chris Wong Swenson, being a diehard Superman fan, he's been putting his pick out there and, you know, putting, you know, the AI art or just the photoshopped art of certain people. That Wolfgang guy, you know, I know he's talking about that guy, but yeah, it's like a lot of people are putting their choices out there. I still have not really sat down and just kind of figured it out. I think I'm still just kind of heartbroken because, you know, Henry Cavill holds a special place in my heart. I mean, like I said, I mean, my first film Junkee video that I did, it was talking about the casting of Superman for Man of Steel, and we all called him Henry Cavill. And we didn't even know how to pronounce his last name. So, you know, I think the hurt is still there. So that's why I've not really sat down. I mean, I should probably do that because it might be announced pretty soon. And I'm just kind of wondering, like, who exactly is it going to be? You know, is it going to be somebody who's not exactly a name? Or is it going to be somebody whose value is just kind of going up right now? Who knows? You just never know when it comes to all this. I know there's been people out there that have suspected, you know, oh, what if it's so-and-so? What if it's so-and-so? Oh, what if it's, you know, who played Elvis? Maybe it's that guy. I mean, I'm just like, you know, I don't know if it's going to be actually that, but I mean, I don't want it to be because I'm like, you know, maybe it should be somebody who's not a name already, I think, when it comes to that. But when it comes to casting of all the other roles, I mean, that's going to be something that's going to be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, when you get this first wave, I don't know. To me, it just sounds like, okay, if by the end of January, they're going to just be announcing like the beginnings of the slate, but they're not going to be exactly announcing who's playing the roles quite yet. We're going to get that throughout the year. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. But that was a tweet right there. I don't know. You know, exactly, you know, I don't know anything or anything like that when it comes to what's going to be happening with all that. But yeah, it's just, yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy when all that stuff, it's going to blow up the internet. It's going to be, we're all going to be talking about it and be like, oh, that sucks. That doesn't, whatever the hell. I don't know. It's just, it's so much pressure on James Gunn. And it's like, is this thing going to get pulled off or not? Or, you know, or is it just going to be like, flopped it. This is all flop. What's going to happen? Maybe and then they're going to be like, hey, you can take Batman, you could take Superman. You know, when it comes to actually selling these characters, which, you know, is always could be on the table if they can't pull it off. They could just do what Marvel did in the late 90s and just start selling. But, you know, they might do the whole thing where it's like, okay, Batman goes over to Amazon and Superman goes over to Netflix, or I don't know. It's like one of those things where I don't know if they would actually have a complete package. Like, here's the entire DC universe. You take it and do something with it. Who knows, man? It's all just crazy, but there's just a lot of pressure when it comes to James Gunn and Peter Safran. I'm just kind of like, like I said, I've always been in the middle when it comes to that. I don't hate James Gunn. I don't love him either. So I'm just kind of just waiting to see what exactly is going to be happening when it comes to all this. So it's so exciting. It's so exciting. I just like talking about it. Who doesn't like talking about it? Who doesn't like... Okay. Where is it? Okay, so who doesn't like Jason Momoa? All right, so let's go to this right here. Jason Momoa, what are you doing to us? You're playing with our hearts. Now, obviously, this all started with this video right here. And, of course, you guys all saw it. That happened last week.
Was it 4 years ago? I had the Jeep out front? No, I don't want you. I was 4 years ago. I was screaming, wasn't I? Yeah.
Because about Dune, right?
Screaming when I left Warner Brothers. Right? Everyone's in the meeting.
Jesus.
4 years again. It's a mystery, baby. We got, I got some really good news. Great news with Warner Brothers. Amazing. Wish I could tell you, but here it is. Peter, I love you. James, I love you.
Oh, traitor.
David.
Yes, he's talking about me, guys.
Okay. Mwah.
Yes.
To the future.
Right back at you.
Future.
Right back at you, Jason. I get it.
Picture me rolling.
No, he's not talking about me. He's talking about Zaslav, of course. But, I'd like to believe that he was actually talking about me. But, so that was where it all started. And then everybody's just like, oh, boy, oh, boy. And then, of course, we got this variety video that came out the next day, basically talking about, because he's at Sundance promoting, I forgot exactly what he's promoting there, but this is what he had to say here.
What was your meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran like?
It's very, very wonderful. I'm in the house of Warner Brothers, and they liking a lot of stuff I'm doing, and we got a lot of good things coming.
Right, 11 more months until we get another movie.
We're gonna have, we'll have Aquaman, which is funny. The beautiful thing is me and my partner wrote the first treatment for it. It's about a 55-page treatment, and a lot of it has to deal with, me talking to the UN, expediting what's going to be happening with the melting ice caps, and there's no far-off galaxy coming to destroy us. There's no aliens from another place. It's really just the idea of
I think aliens need to come down.
Planet. And
just kidding.
The fact that we
Not
all need
really.
to get it together and save our home. So it's fun. It's gonna be coming out in this December, and then
and then we'll see what happens, right? And then of course there was like even more talking about Aquaman 3, which hopefully it does happen, but who knows if it does. I mean, obviously we know James Wan is not going to return, but this is what he had to say about Aquaman 3.
Aquaman 3 will hopefully be a movie that we don't have to dissect what it is happening wrong in the world. It can just be like a fun fishtail.
He just leans back.
I highly doubt it. Too dramatic.
It won't be that fast.
Yeah.
It's never that fast.
So yeah, talking about Aquaman 3, and then of course I didn't play the video, the previous one, long enough, but I did a short video about it where he actually talks about like how he could play other roles. He could be savage, he could be sweet, he could be, whatever the hell. So everybody's just naturally going like, okay, so is he playing Lobo also? I mean, it was just like, it was such a weird thing. It was such a weird discourse when it came to all that. And I actually ran a YouTube poll when it came to this. And just kind of got like everybody's take on this when it came to all this. And this is what the results right here, at least of right now, 307 votes. I asked, what do you think is happening with Jason Momoa? And 38% said he is playing Lobo. 9% said he's excited for Aquaman. 45% said he will play both Aquaman and Lobo. And then 8% said he might be directing or producing a new DC project. That's one of the things that I was like, hello. What if he's actually going to he could be directing, producing? I don't know. Could be something like that too, guys. We got to put that on the table. Maybe, just maybe, the fact that he's already working with Warner Brothers, already got a contract, already Aquaman. Yeah, the Lobo thing could happen, which I'm going, all right. James Gunn, are you going to be having Lobo in Peacemaker Season 2? Would not put it past it. That could be a possibility. But what if Jason Momoa is also going to be getting behind the camera when it comes to a DC project as well? You got to consider that. Consider that as well. So we'll see. It's just another thing to put on the table when it comes to Jason Momoa. And when it comes to Jason Momoa, guess what? You know, I love the guy, and we should always remember that he's not a traitor. Not a traitor to Zack Snyder, because I did post something, of course, on my Twitter, just kind of remind people of that. And I don't know if I could find it. Obviously, it's when Jason Momoa gave the camera to Zack Snyder, but I was just like, oh yeah, let's not forget, guys, you know, anybody who's like turning, which of course, that's what's happening. I've seen it. I've gotten responses about it, all this kind of stuff. And I'm just kind of like, why are you guys even talking about that? They respect each other. Look what the TPZ guys were saying. It's like, they're not going to be that. They're not going to be that. But like I said, let us not forget this video right here. Okay. Let us not forget it.
My appreciation, because I love you, and I rarely get to see you, and we talk from afar.
Embarrassing.
But but we will work together for the rest of our lives, and your family. And so close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. It's just such a heartwarming video, and I was like, all right, let's. Obviously, this was back in like 2019 or something like that. Gifted him a camera, because we all know that Zach loves photography.
Zack Snyder, a brand new Q2. What's up? Man, it's got tons of like this, so I'm like,
I don't have this.
I know. I just gotta get you that there's no card in it, but man, it's.
All right. Oh my lord!
But it's the new Q2, man, and it's freaking epic.
Oh, it's beautiful. You kidding me?
Aw, come on. Let's not forget.
I love
Yeah.
and I really.
That's the thing. That was one of the things that I was just like, all right, I'm going to post that video again. I'm like, we can't forget that for anybody who's just like going crazy when it comes to this whole thing, you know, Zack Snyder and Jason Momoa. It's like Jason Momoa, you know, he says it time and time again, how much like Zack saved his career by casting him as Aquaman. I mean, and Zack did something that was truly magnificent, was he made Aquaman cool as fuck. Like, what? Aquaman was always a joke. Always a joke. Look at Family Guy. Look at Big Bang Theory. Look at anything. Aquaman was always a joke. Zack Snyder didn't make it a joke. He was like, we're going to cast Jason Momoa. Perfect. So there's not going to be any kind of, you know, do not go, you know, turn on Jason Momoa. Please. Okay? Do not do that. Obviously, Zack would be very much excited for what Jason is doing. And guess what? Jason Momoa would be very excited of what Zack is doing, which we all should be excited for that. If you don't want to be excited for Jason Momoa, be excited for what Zack is doing when it comes to Rebel Moon and all that stuff. Okay? Okay. Anyways. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. 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 Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear anything about The Flash, end this right now. Turn it off. Turn it off, because I'm going to be talking about a little bit of Flash spoilers. I'm not going to show you the thing because can't do it, because it's something that leaked. Something that leaked. So just warning you right now about this whole little Flash movie leak. And, you know, I think a lot of you probably did see it. You probably did. Where, you know, and this always happens when it comes to these movies. It's like toys, freaking toys. Toys are always getting leaked, always images of toys, all that kind of stuff. Toys, 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 toys. And yes, when it comes to the Flash movie, figurines, which, you know, if I was a kid, I'd be like, I gotta collect them all, because I have, my mom probably still has bins of freaking figurines that I've collected over, you know, when I was a kid, because that's when I went to Toys R Us or anywhere, any toy store, I would go to the figurines. Always go to the figurines. That was always my, that was always what I wanted. That's why I still collect McFarlane figurines, which I have a whole table right there full of them. Anyways, when it comes to the Flash, we have Batman, of course, Michael Keaton's Batman. That cool, looks cool. And then we got the Flash, the normal Barry Allen Flash, and then we got the Flash, young Barry. Okay, and here's the spoiler, guys. Again, you've been warned. We have Dark Flash. Dark Flash. That's right. And if you look at his costume, it's kind of giving me Topher Grace Venom vibes. I don't know, I know that, could be a bad thing. If obviously when it comes to Topher Grace's Flash, when he didn't have the, and it was just kind of gives me those vibes, but a little bit more. But at the same time, figurines. And I will post this on my Patreon. If you guys haven't seen it, I will post it on the Patreon because I guess I could just post it there and be fine. I'll probably post it later tonight. I'm not trying to bait you guys to join the Patreon, but hey, join the Patreon. Anyways, no, but I'm just saying, for anybody, if certain people haven't seen it, I'll post it on there. Maybe I shouldn't, because who knows? I don't know if I'd get in trouble or not, but I know a lot of copyright was happening with this. But so we have the Dark Flash, which apparently, I don't know exactly what the context is when it comes to the movie and why. I mean, it's very much okay, yeah, is there a third Barry or is this the young Barry? We're kind of wondering about that. A lot of people are going like, well, why not have Reverse Flash instead of this whole thing? I know there is, in the books, there's the Black Flash, and there's different kinds of Flashes and everything like that. And obviously, when you look at the figurine, and if you're already hating on this movie, you're going to utilize this to be like, what the hell is that? You're going to throw shit at it because you don't want, you hate the movie already, This has happened, obviously this always happens. And anytime something leaks out like this, you're going to use this to be like, look at this bullshit, whatever. But I'm just kind of going like, well, what does it look like on the big screen? What does this look like on the big screen? That's what I want to know. I want to see what this looks like on the big screen. I mean, obviously, when it comes to this movie, and I might have gotten some intel on this, but the fact of the matter is like there's going to be a lot of CGI elements to it. Naturally, just like even the normal Flash costume with all the lightning that's going through it, CGI elements. But when it comes to this Dark Flash, yes, there's going to be CGI elements. But they did apparently, from what I'm, from what I gathered, yes, there is a practical element to this Dark Flash suit. So just another thing that leaked out, but I'm just kind of wondering, like, how does it all come to be? Where does this version come from when it comes to the Flash story? That's what intrigues me. To be honest, I've told you guys that I'm excited for the Flash movie because he's one of my all-time favorite superhero characters, and I'm just going, all right, what is happening in this movie? So now we got this element in there. So, Dark Flash. I'm curious. Curious to see what happens with this. Because obviously it's Ezra Miller, right? Is it? I'm guessing so. but yeah, when you look at the toy, a little bit of a Topher Grace Venom vibes, but I think it'll be okay. I really think it'll be okay. So then finally, The Last of Us. Oh my God. The Last of Us. Take a little sip. The Last of Us, Episode 2. This show is great. I didn't play the game, but I've seen people, of course, compare the game, like shots from the series to the game, and they're totally matching it. They obviously have the creators of the game that are working within the story. This show is freaking me out a little bit because I'm not going to give any spoilers just in case you haven't seen it yet, but my God, we've had the opening of episode 1 obviously talked about how there could be a fungi that could just F us all up. And then this one is also a pre-pandemic scene that has to do with this woman that is very familiar with all this kind of stuff. And man, there is the scene where she's on the couch and they give her some tea and she's asking questions. It's one take and it's just slowly moving in as she's like kind of losing her shit internally. If you notice, it's insane. Like, it's such a good scene. And she is like she's basically going, yeah, we're all effed. We're effed with a capital F. it was just like, wow, good opening scene, just like the first episode. And then, of course, obviously things happen in this. We got, the character of Tess. I'm not gonna say certain things, but it was kind of funny because not knowing the source material, the character of Tess, I was kind of going like, man, she just looks like she has a migraine 24/7. She just looks like she's just in pain and just disgruntled the whole time. And you kind of find out why. And man, it was just, that whole thing was like, whoa, now interesting. And then of course, a lot of people were talking about how this virus, or, spreads, and the change from the video game to live action. And a lot of people are praising the change because, obviously, when it comes to a fungi or whatever the hell, there could be spores that just shoot it out into the air, which is really freaky. But in this, in the live action version, they're kind of doing like this whole thing where like, the fungi, if it's attached to, of course, certain things, certain buildings, and you touch it, it can like send a signal from like a mile away to get the clicker people, obviously the zombie type people that are all effed up, on the fungi and everything like that. It like communicates. That's pretty freaky. So you have to be like, obviously in this world that has the fungi all over the place, it's like, you better not touch it because it's going to communicate with these, the clickers, and they're going to be like, oh, come over here because this is where the humans are. Time for feeding. That was, pretty damn cool. I really like that. I do like that. And it's just like, oof, it's just creepy. And like I said, I mean, the dynamic between the characters, obviously, you got Pascal, and I can't remember the name, of who plays Ellie. They have a great dynamic. She's like, obviously a firecracker. He's very, straight-laced and everything. And I'm just really just liking that dynamic and everything. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this series. I think HBO Max, you got to hit. Hopefully it's helping with subscribers. I know it's like they released numbers when it talked about that whole thing. Like it got another 1 million viewers or something like that from last week. I guess that's a good thing. Hopefully that can just be like, hey, can these streaming services finally figure out exactly how to do this whole thing? Is it making an impact when it comes to HBO Max? Hopefully it is. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm just really, really enjoying this show right there, and I enjoyed the last episode. Really freaky moments, and like the slow pace. Really like the slow pace. So, like I said, every Monday, I'm going to review an episode of The Last of Us. So there you go, episode 2, pretty damn awesome. Okay, so we all out there? We all awake out there still? Good. All right, let's go to some questions right here. See what you guys have to say. I don't think I posted on Twitter or on YouTube, I should say, because I was like, all right, let's post on let's just post on Twitter. I posted the poll on YouTube, so we'll see what you guys have to say. Anything? Nothing bad, hopefully not. And we're good. All right, let's go to some Twitter questions right here. All right, Mr. Eric Blake. Yo, Dave, seems a given the Oscar running for Best Actor will be a fight between Austin Butler and Brendan Fraser. So 2 questions. Do you see any surprise competition who might snatch it from those two? No. I don't. I really don't. It's got to be one of those two. If so, who? Okay. And number 2, who do you bet will go home with the little golden man? Well, I've seen Elvis twice, and I have not seen The Whale yet. So I have to see The Whale first to determine that. That's the thing. I'll have to watch that first. So I'll get back to you on that one. Mr. Devon Wooter. Dave, did you hear that Emilia Clarke, she said she never saw Black Adam? Do you think that's a dish at the movie or a dig? And did you watch the finale of Wednesday? And also, who you think James Gunn to recast for Black Adam? For me, it's Vin Diesel. That'd be a fun... Jesus Christ. Can you imagine if he did that? That'd be petty as hell. I did finally finish Wednesday on Saturday. I know I got a lot of shit. I would get shit from, of course, Saggy and other people too. But I did finally finish it. I had 3 episodes ago, and yes, absolutely loved it. Can't wait for season 2. So I definitely did like it. I didn't see the Emilia Clarke thing. I don't know why it matters if she's solid or not, but whatever. It's fine. Yeah, I know. Finally, right, TJ? Jeez. Cooper Knox, as someone who played the Last of Us video game multiple times over the years, the show is very mixed bag for me. Oh, so we got somebody like that. Some of the lower changes, like the removal of spores and rearrangement of certain moments from the game, just doesn't sit right with me. Okay, so Cooper Knox doesn't really like, not sitting right with him. I said, I have no dog in the fight because I didn't play the game. Boomish, hey Dave, what are your top 3 DC projects you want Gunn to do first? Well, Superman is one of them. Batman's not up there because I'm like, Matt Reeves, you handle that. I don't know. It's just like one of those things where I just haven't really given him much thought. I'm just kind of anxiously waiting for it. Asar, oh boy, here we go. This guy, we have differences when it comes to it. He calls James Gunn a racist, by the way. WBD out of money until 2024. 2023, we have the last of the DCU. 2024, maybe Joker 2. Maybe Joker 2? That's filming right now, man. So it's going to be out in 2024. 2025, the cheapest movies would start shooting. Batman 2 released. I don't know what the hell. Okay. The reboot effectively emerged 2026, 2027. Gunn's contract and sell. Is the Gunverse a cul-de-sac, a pipe dream? I don't even know what the hell you're saying, dude. I mean, it's kind of like one of those things where, all right, if we know exactly the timetable. Again, it's like, it's hard. Like, again, I know that this guy, we've gone back and forth. He does not like James Gunn at all. So it's kind of hard to have that conversation when it's like, okay, obviously he's bringing back the cul-de-sac pipe dream, which was said about the Snyderverse. So it's like one of those things where, 2024 is definitely going to have Joker 2 because they definitely did say that. And 2025, the cheapest movies, I mean, they're all going to have to be cheap. That's the thing. Is like, the movies have to be cheap because WBD is like, they're out of money. But guess what's also out of money? Netflix. Netflix also has a money problem. You know, that thing you're trying to sell the Snyderverse to? They have a problem. That's why I said, why aren't you guys thinking about Amazon when it comes to your campaign? But, whatever. Ryan saw this and thought of Casual Batman. Yes, Casual Batman would definitely say bring tacos. I agree with that. We got Kit Connor. No. No. That is a baby face. What is he, freaking 13 years old? Is he old enough to watch a PG-13 movie? That's no. Ugh, whoa. Eek. Mr. Nobody, hey Dave, where do you realistically see the future of the DC in 3 years? Realistically, probably still struggling. I don't know. Maybe still struggling. It's, who knows? Maybe, the thing is, and I told people this too when it came to, the back and forth when it comes to all this. I'm like, because somebody asked, like, what are they trying to achieve here? I'm like, they're not trying to achieve $1 billion movies. I mean, obviously every studio wants $1 billion movie. And yes, that is always the goal, is like $1 billion. But at the same time, I'm just like going, they're going to have cheaper budgets. The budgets are going to be cut in half, and they just want profits. They need profits. WBD needs profits. That's the thing. They need profit when it comes to whatever they're going to be releasing when it comes to all this. That's the thing. They need the profit. So they're not going to be looking, yes, $1 billion would be magnificent, obviously. But unless you have James Cameron or Steven Spielberg doing that shit, I don't know if you're going to get that. I not know if you're going to get that. but they just need at least profits. Like this Superman movie is going to be, it's probably going to, I wouldn't be surprised if it costs less than Man of Steel, you know? I wouldn't be surprised. They're going to have low budgets when it comes to this, for sure. For sure. So, but we'll see. Like I said, it might not work out. Might not work out. And that's where I sit, guys. That's where I sit. Like when it came to that question right there from a gun hater, I'm not a gun hater. I'm not a gun lover. I'm right in the middle going, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. It very well could just end and Gunn just moves on and makes his own shit. Gave it a shot, didn't work. And then we'll see what happens. And then we'll see what happens when it comes to, you know, WBD and what they do with a universe or whatever the hell. You know, it's just like one of those things. It's just one of those things. I think that, you know, there's a chance that The Flash could crack $1 billion. I don't know. You never know. The whole Keaton aspect could help. I don't know how much it will. I guess we'll see Super Bowl Sunday when that trailer gets released. We'll see the hype when it comes to the Flash movie. I mean, I hope that I just want the Flash movie to be a good movie. That's what I want. I just want to enjoy it and be like, whoa, that was crazy, you know? But who knows if it's actually going to be like this big, huge thing. Aquaman 2, same thing. Who knows if that's going to be if it's going to reach $1 billion like the first one. Who knows? It could just fall flat. It could just completely tank. Who knows? That's the thing. I'm just sitting here just like going, all right, a lot of things on the table. I'm just kind of like, yeah, we can have discussions on how things could pan out. But at the same time, I'm just kind of going like, we just got to wait and see. Just got to wait and see. But all I know is, you know, again, it's like when we're looking at cash flow problems, yes, Warner Brothers Discovery has a money issue. Netflix has a money issues. They all have money issues. Maybe not Amazon because they have Amazon to back it up. That's why I was like, maybe you should go over to sell it to Amazon, not Netflix. I get why you're doing Netflix because that's where Zach's working right now. Cool. And they're letting him do his thing. But I'm like, maybe try Amazon. They got the money. They got the money to spend. Netflix kind of spent a little too much money, just like, you know, just like Warner Brothers also did previously. It's like, so maybe, you know, maybe try doing it over there. But at the same time, you know, it's like, you know, things just not thought out. That's all. Things just not thought out when it comes to certain things. But, you know, again, what can you do? All right, guys. That's it for this episode of Film Junkee Live. Tuesdays anymore. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Hump Day. We'll get to humping. All right, guys? Talk to you later.